New developments tonight in a story we broke on WPXI.com. A Pittsburgh school police officer under investigation for inappropriate contact with at least 2 students. Channel 11's Renee Kaminsky talked with a very angry district attorney today who's now getting involved in this case. Renee?
Gordon, I just checked in here at headquarters, and I can tell you that right now Robert Lealock has not been criminally charged, but the DA today promised a full investigation into Lealock's actions a decade ago, and equally important, the reaction of the Pittsburgh School District.
Who knew what when, and what did you do as a result of it? I mean, those are very significant issues.
It is rare that the Allegheny County DA talks publicly about an ongoing police investigation, but today, Stephen Zappala confirmed 2 men have now come forward, accusing former veteran Pittsburgh Schools police officer Robert Lealock of abusing them when they were children. The alleged victims, now in their 20s, told police their repeated sexual abuse by Lealock, who was a mobile police officer at the time, took place in 1999 and happened inside a storage room of Arthur Rooney Middle School.
You guys have some of the story right now, but why was the conduct permitted to continue?
It's a question I've been trying to answer since yesterday when I got my hands on these insider documents between district officials and Lealock back in 1999. Lealock was suspended then, but not fired for removing a 12-year-old student from class and wrestling with him. According to the district, they had evidence Lealock had taken other boys to the storage room. In his letter to the Board of Education, Lealock admitted to taking the student to the isolated area, but said it was for horseplay and arm wrestling. I showed the documents to the DA today for his take.
Right away, does that raise a red flag to you that this guy should have been pulled off the job right away because he took a child out of the classroom into a storage room to wrestle?
Yeah, my understanding is his employment was as a police officer.
Zappala compared Lealock to a football coach at Penn State. He, too, he said, was cloaked in credibility and looked up to by kids. Zappala told me Lealock should have been removed as in police service in 1999. And I found out through documents that the only person calling from his removal in 1999 was then the acting police chief, and that was Robert Fasden. Now, we have a reporter right now at Pittsburgh Schools District. Superintendent Linda Lane is reacting to Zappala's comments today. We'll bring them to you tonight at 6. Reporting live at Pittsburgh Police Headquarters tonight, I'm Renee Kaminsky, Channel 11 News.
We spend a lot of time breaking stories for you, and when we get them, you can find them first on WPXI.com. Now, yesterday, our Renee Kaminsky broke the story of a school police officer in the middle of a sex abuse investigation, and today she stayed on that story. And Renee, we understand that you just got new reaction from the school superintendent.
Absolutely, Peggy, and we're going to get to that in just a second. But here at headquarters, so far, Robert Lealock has not been charged with any crime. We need to keep that in mind. But the DA is not just investigating his possible sex crimes against children, but whether or not officials at the Pittsburgh School District at the time when he was on the job back in 1999 did everything they could and followed the letter of the law. Robert Lealock, a veteran with Pittsburgh Schools Police, has not been charged, as I said, but today the DA confirmed his office is investigating whether Lealock sexually assaulted at least 2 students now, both boys, inside Rudy Middle School in 1999 and prior to 1999. The alleged victims are now in their 20s. They've come forward. They've told investigators of their abuse, that it went far beyond wrestling or horseplay, as Lealock previously admitted to district officials when he was questioned 13 years ago. Lealock was suspended but not fired in 99, and today we caught up with the DA, who was speaking to teachers in McKeesport, urging them to avoid another Penn State situation by following the law to report child abuse. We also just spoke one-on-one with Dr. Linda Lane for her reaction to the DA's intention to review the district's actions in 1999.
This guy's not a cook in a cafeteria. He's a police officer. And these little kids, they look up to police officers. So he was already clothed with credibility, you know, like a football coach at Penn State. I mean, you're protected by the institution that you serve. So, yeah, he should have been taken out of service immediately. I mean, that's That's the conclusion I've reached already.
One of the things I think we have to be very careful to consider is these are decisions we're talking about that were made some time ago, and I'm sure we can all speculate about how we think those decisions should have been made at the time. However, I think what's really important is how we handle these kind of situations now.
Steve Zappala told me he wants to know who in the district knew what and when and what did they do about it as a result. No doubt his office has the same paper trail of paperwork as we do. Reporting live tonight at Pittsburgh Police Headquarters, I'm Renee Kaminsky, Channel 11 News.